What's up, guys? A lot of cool things coming in the future. We have the warehouse in the works now. We have the Arnold coming up, which I'll be at. Have a whole bunch of girls competing. So I want you guys to be involved in that, but in that I want it to be the medium to be, our YouTube channel, and in that I need to grow it. So we have the intro video out now, and I'm ready to really start hammering out informational videos for you guys. But in that, I need your help to grow this. So one thing that I'm going to do is, for this video, I'm going to give you some tips on traveling with food and how to prep food, and kind of pros and cons of each way. And all I need you to do is subscribe to the channel, comment on the video, and then you will have a chance to win this bad boy here. Sorry for the gentleman, but ladies edition, I mean, different strokes for different folks. I guess you could rock it if you wanted to, but and I'll give a short review on that. Actually, I contacted Gara of Six Pack Bags because I truly believe in the product that they're producing, and he was kind enough to send me that to review for you guys and then to give away. So subscribe, comment, and then you'll be entered to win the bag. So anyways, there's a couple options when traveling, and it just depends on your particular context that you're going to be traveling. So pre-prep meals, this is like going through a meal service, paying per meal, and there's some pros and cons of that. So number one is the convenience factor. If you're traveling and you need to be on a strict diet, if you're not flexible dieting, for example, contest prep, or if that's just your style of dieting, then it's going to be a lot easier, especially if you're going to be, when you get to your destination, you're going to be very busy, so you won't have time to prep meals, etc. So, and this is usually, if you're going abroad, because there's meal prep services pretty much globally now, or by plane, because if you go, if you're driving, I really think that prepping your meals yourself would just work just as well. But again, it's if you're going to be very busy and you're going to be traveling a good distance. Obviously, the cons, there are cons. It's expensive. I mean, some of the meal services can run a very high premium, and then your orders can be off. So, for example, if you're a contest athlete and you're going to a show, say there's nationals in a couple weeks, so you're flying to Miami. I live in Kentucky, so Kentucky and Miami. You have your meal, so they're supposed to arrive at the hotel. Get there, and they're supposed to be what you're eating the last few days, and they're off. I mean, that can be very stressful for an athlete that is a couple days out, and that can show them their physique. So it's something to consider, if you're willing to risk that factor. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be every time, obviously, or super often, but I've heard of it happening many times. So just consider that. Prepping yourself. So this is what I do a lot for when I'm, a shorter distance trip. Something by car, maybe just a couple days, so I don't need to have 20 days worth of meals, something ridiculous. And so the pros, it's going to be cheaper. You know what you're getting. I mean, you're going to prepare them, so they're going to be correct. And again, they're good for shorter trips. And it has to be somewhere that you're either going by car, or if you want to prep them and ship them dry ice, then you can do that. It's going to be cheaper than a meal service anyway. So those are the cons there. As far as, the pros. As far as cons, if you're traveling by car, you have to bring a cooler. So again, you can't prep 20 days worth of meals. So there's that space factor, and then they're not going to be fresh. So if you pre-prep them, a lot of people are kind of snobby with their food and like it fresh. I mean, I'm kind of that way. If I have it fresh, I want it fresh. And they're not going to be fresh, they're going to be microwaved. So just something to consider. Shopping there. So this is usually what I do. And this is where these meal bags come in handy a lot of times. So typically what I do, whether it's distance or whether it's a shorter trip, but it's going to be a couple days, I will prepare a couple meals to hold me over for, say, a day of travel. And then when I get there, I will actually go shop, and I'll have what I need to prepare those meals with me. So let me show you guys typically what I will bring. A hot plate, So you would bring this, and then just a pan and a spatula. It's a lot more convenient if you can find a hotel with a mini kitchen, because you can wash. They're gonna have an oven, a stove top. It's gonna be, you have everything you need, and you can cook all kinds of different stuff with a hot plate. You can get creative. Another thing is a George Foreman. So just a small travel George Foreman, and I use this all the time. It's convenient there. And then another one, I don't have it pictured, but a rice cooker. You can do that, or you can go, a lot of places have microwavable rice. So you just go, like Trader Joe's has Jasmine microwavable rice. You can do that, it's very, very easy. So just some miscellaneous tips. So the number one thing, guys, whether you're shopping there or you're prepping your meals beforehand, is to go simple on your meals. I know a lot of you guys that do flexible dining like to throw in a whole bunch of different stuff and get fancy, and Kristen of Team Strong does this as well a lot of times. And but it's going to be, especially if you're prepping your meals beforehand, it's going to take a lot of time to put those meals together, and it can be kind of, it can be frustrating, so you want things that you can put together really quick. Rice, chicken, veggie. Super easy. I mean, it's not going to be 900 ingredients, friggin', froyo bowl, blah blah blah. But it's going to hold you over. You can make it tasty. And it's going to save a lot of stress on you. Also, pure macronutrients. What I mean by that is pick sources that are mainly carbs, mainly protein, mainly fat. So fats are going to be like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil. Peanut butter is good. It has a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, but you can usually account for those. Carbs going to be like white rice, potatoes, cream of rice. Oatmeal to an extent has a little bit of fat, but you can usually account for that. And then protein, just your lean protein sources. Even you can do stuff like 96.4 beef, just stuff like that, because what that allows you to do is, first of all, again, it makes it a lot more simple to put your meals together. But then beyond that, it allows you to adjust. So you don't have to, it's not as much of a puzzle to put, especially if you're flexible dining and you get there and you need to put your meals together there. You're not going to have to finagle things and have 900 different ingredients to make meals. You have X, Y, Z, and you're able to put your meals together instead of going out shopping, grabbing 900 things, and that's what you have. That's an issue as well, as if you have to travel back and you have all these things, what are you supposed to do with them? You just don't want to throw money away. So a couple things, usually when I go, I'll get like oatmeal, olive oil, peanut butter, rice, and then my meats. And I mean, I can, if I have anything over, maybe like oatmeal, cream of rice, stuff like that. If I have anything over, I can bring it back. So you don't want, it's just a waste of money in my opinion. It's just very convenient to go that route. So just a couple things as far as your hotel. Make sure, I would call ahead. Most places have a mini fridge, but if they don't, usually you can request one. So make sure you have a mini fridge. Coffee maker. So I'll tell you guys the trick. You can actually make oatmeal and cream of rice with a coffee maker. You just do it. You prepare your water without coffee in there, and once it boils and comes down, just pour it into your oatmeal or your cream of rice, and there you go. So coffee maker, and then microwave. So a lot of them, you can sometimes request a microwave in your room, but 99% of hotels have a microwave in the lobby by now. But you just want to call ahead and make sure, because it can be extremely frustrating if you don't have one. And then one last tip, Whole Foods. So Whole Foods, actually, if you buy meat at a lot of Whole Foods, they will actually prepare your meat for you as you request. So say you want 4 ounces of chicken in each, meal, you can actually tell them that's what you want, and they will cook it for you. So very convenient. If not all of them do it, but a lot of them do. So very convenient if you have that big. So anyways, a couple options there as far as traveling. And then to show you guys, I want to show you guys these bags. Again, I reached out to Gary. He actually gave me this backpack. So if you guys have watched my videos before, you've seen I actually used a competitor's bag. It was just your typical like 6-pack bag, and it did really well. I judged, so like if I would go judge a day, during prep, I'd have all my meals there. It's a long day. I'd have all my meals. But one thing that I really, for a long time, felt like I was missing is because I am an online coach, I need my laptop a lot of times. You know, I need to be able to work on the road, wherever. So this cuts down. What I would have to do in the past is to bring a backpack with me and then my mail bag as well. So what this does is it takes away the need for that. So I have a backpack. It doesn't have a ton of space, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. But it has enough where I can bring my workout gear, some food, you know, in this compartment if I need to. Then it has a space for my laptop. And, you know, like an MP3 player, camera. Usually I'll put my camera in there. You know, just miscellaneous pockets here. And there's the meal compartments. Now, they have ice packs that go in here, and they go along the sides there. So, a couple options. One thing I was concerned about when I got these, I want to show you guys this because, again, I was concerned about it. The size of these meal containers, because if you're used to a bigger bag, the meal containers are pretty sizable. So, these are a little bit small. But I was really impressed by the amount of food that I was able to hold in here. So there's 5 slots, and I'm typically able to get about 3 meals worth of food in there. Now that depends, obviously, if I'm off season or if I'm pre-contest, because off season, you know, it's bagels and cookies and stuff. You know, so the volume of food off season is going to be a lot higher. Just as something to consider, if you're a smaller female, it'll be 5 meals. You're good. You know, even a big guy, most of you guys can get away with 3 meals. So. I was really impressed because I was worried about that. Quality construction is awesome. This is held up the whole time I've had it. I mean, this is, you know, everything is just quality in this bag. That's actually why I reached out to Garrett, because I was really impressed with what they were offering here. So there's that bag, something to consider if maybe if you're a student, you know, or you take short trips but you need your laptop as well with you. And then for the ladies, this is pretty straightforward. Again, you've got 4 meals in this, and ladies, if you're a smaller female, you're going to have 4 meals in here. I mean, you'll be good. Ice pack compartments here. The leather is, I mean, it feels quality. Obviously, I'm not a leather expert, but everything feels like it's constructed very, very well. And you have this nameplate here. I mean, everything looks quality, feels quality. It's the Renee tote, by the way. There's a couple different color options on that. You've got a couple pockets again. Just miscellaneous items. You know, there, just. I know you girls like pockets, you like to be organized. I know Kristen will love this bag because she likes to be organized. But here's the inside. So again, it's not, again, you have to give and take. So you have to have space for your meals, but again, there's enough to carry, you know, maybe some workout clothes, some different stuff, but it's not a huge purse. Pill container, another inside pocket, so for your keys. So again, the quality and construction of this bag is awesome. It's super convenient. I mean, there's the old school way of you know, carrying your cooler or whatever. But if you're looking, if you're in the fitness lifestyle like I am, and you're willing to pay a little bit more for convenience, then you know, there's something to look into. So again, I appreciate your time. I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. You know, I'm glad to answer questions as far as traveling and meal prep. I couldn't cover everything in this video in this short time frame. There's a lot of tips and tricks I have. You can make things very, very simple, or you can, you know, it can overwhelm you. So, again, any questions you have, leave them, and I will be glad to answer them. Beyond that, comment, subscribe. You could win that bag. I think I'm going to leave it about a week open, and then go ahead and do a random drawing. And then beyond that, just one last note. Flexible dining, most of you guys are going to be utilizing flexible dining macros, and I think an issue is a lot of people get scared of going off track. There's 2 schools of thoughts. Either they're scared of going off track and they get stressed about traveling, you know, because they don't know this stuff, they don't know it can be easy. or they use travel to do a 180-degree, spin on their regular diet and just use it to eat junk. I'm telling you guys right now, and I have my athletes do this sometimes. You can go on vacation, keep your goals in mind, and not track. There's been many athletes that have had awesome physiques not tracking, even during prep, just eating intuitively. You don't need to be dumb. You don't need to go and eat junk because you're not tracking. Don't throw your hands up. But it can provide you guys a mental break, to step away from tracking for a little bit, to enjoy yourself, but be smart with your food choices. So don't think that if you're going on vacation, you have to track every single thing. If it's a vacation, if the context of the vacation is it's doable, step away for a little bit, guys. Enjoy your lives. I mean, you only live once. Even if you're flexible dieting, I know food choices are limitless, but just the tracking, the mental aspect of things can be kind of taxing after a while. So there's times that you have to track. We have goals, and there's times where I feel like you can step away a little bit. So don't think that I'm telling you guys you can't do this by presenting some tips to you. So anyways, questions, guys, let me know. Other than that, talk to you soon.